Hello, everybody. Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel. Welcome to With Rach YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. I released a guided meditation a few weeks ago on quieting your mind, and got a lot of really good responses from that video, from that guided meditation. So much of what I put out on this channel is things that I'm going through in my life, things that I feel like God is talking to me about in my life from day to day, things I'm struggling with, things I've questioned about, things I need to process through. So thank you for joining me on this journey of processing life in a really mindful and healthy way and loving way. So I've been thinking a lot about like the act of quieting your mind and what that looks like and means. And I feel like God invited me on this journey a few weeks ago when I released the guided meditation on quieting your mind to practice quieting my mind. And of course, guided meditation is such an amazing way to do that. But like on a practical way, day to day, what does that actually look like when I feel overwhelmed by my thoughts, when I feel overwhelmed by life or whatever is happening around me? What do I need to do in order to feel as though my mind has become quiet? I've been back into a state of peace, of calm. That's what we desire, isn't it? Is to live a holistic life where loving ourselves and loving other people is at the forefront of everything that we do. So, 3 simple tips to quiet your mind. This is something that I do and have been doing the last few weeks that's been really helpful. Tip number 1, when you're in the middle of whatever task, whatever thing you're doing, whatever space you're in, I feel as though what's really helpful for me is separating myself from that task or that space. Leaving the room, leaving the task, especially for us that are on our devices or computers so often. Separate yourself from it. Leave your phone, leave your computer where it is and walk away. Leave the room, go outside, whatever you need to do to separate yourself from whatever task at hand. Tip number 2, silence. Now, I'm 99.9% sure I have ADHD. Haven't been diagnosed officially, but I'm positive I do. Silence, like quieting your mind is one thing, but like silence, like actually sitting in silence is really hard for me. I almost always have music going on when I'm doing something, a task around the house or like on the subway or on my commute. There's something I'm listening to, music, a podcast, an audiobook, whatever. Can we, in this day and age, sit in silence? You like what I did there? How did it feel? Was it uncomfortable? Probably. It's uncomfortable for me too, but sometimes when you just like we need silence, we need stillness, we need quiet in this overactive world, overly stimulated. There's information everywhere all the time. Like, I know it's going to take time and effort and practice, but when you're able to get to a place every day or every week to just sit in silence, even if your mind starts going again, because we're quieting our mind, right? Breathe. Focus your attention on your breath. And that leads me to tip number 3, and that's mindfulness. Now, mindfulness doesn't always equate to doing a meditation, right? Or prayer. All of those things are really good, and that is practicing mindfulness. But Brene Brown said in her Atlas of the Heart series on HBO Max, highly recommend, she was talking about how like literal, translation of mindfulness is paying attention, okay? Again, ADHD. It can be hard. It can be really hard. You have kids, you have a spouse, you have friends and family and a job and all of these things that are craving your attention. An act of self-love, of self-compassion is allowing yourself to pay attention to the simplest things that are happening in your body. If you are doing a task, washing your hands, doing dishes, fully paying attention to what you're doing in that moment. Oh, there's this incredible podcast about this that I'm gonna put in the description, actually. Highly recommend, about paying attention. But give yourself the gift of like, you've separated yourself from whatever situation, you're practicing silence, right? It's quiet. Now, whatever you're doing, if you've gone out to take a walk, if you are sitting there and there's nothing, just like pay attention to what's happening in your mind, in your breath, in your shoulders, and if you're taking a walk, pay attention to each step you're taking. And a little additional sprinkle on tip that I love to do as well is like gratitude. You've quieted your mind, you've separated yourself, you've practicing silence, you're practicing mindfulness. Now, thank you, God, for my legs when I'm on my walk. Thank you, God, for my body that is divinely healed and healing. Thank you for the ability to be aware and to pay attention to what's happening in front of me. I hope that these tips were helpful. They're very simple, very practical, but this is just something that I do when I need to quiet my mind because I do have an overactive mind. I'm just like da-da-da-da-da all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Also, coffee could be a factor in all of this. I may or may not have had a few cups this morning. I digress. Wow, guys. Anyway, I hope it was helpful. Let me know if it was in the comments. And also let me know in the comments what you do to quiet your mind. I would love to hear that because I need help as well. And it'd be nice to share with this wonderful community of people that are, again, in the business of bettering yourself, of loving yourself better and loving others better. Anyway, thank you, as always, for joining me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Subscribe, like, and I hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Much love. Bye.